We are rolling, and hold for intro.
Don't walk away from me. Don't walk away. Don't walk away from me.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our relationship podcast, the podcast where we wade through the internet's mess so you don't have to. Talking way too much as always is your boy, If You Waddy Way, and I'm joined by my lovely partner,
Emily Louise.
Yes, of course. And we have amazing guests today. We have Danielle DeNicola and Witchy.
Hi guys.
Hello, how's it going? Good. Happy to have y'all here. I feel like we became new friends, and I feel like the energy of this podcast was like the energy of our first conversation.
Yeah,
so
I think
that's
so
what I knew.
too.
Yeah.
We kind of dove right in,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah.
made us feel very comfortable.
Oh, well, look, yeah. See, we're getting you all ready. So the first thing we like to do on the pod is a check-in, and it's pretty simple. We just talk about things we're either excited about, that we're proud of, that we've done, or like anything going on. Em, did you want to start?
Well, I was like, everyone knows we're bad shooting these, so I am excited for Bitch Puddin's magic tonight.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's gonna be very fun. I have a Cats and Angels deck that I'm ready to play.
Yes, that's super fun. Yeah. We are batch shooting, and I guess this is like on the 4th episode you're going to be seeing. I am excited about starting season 2 of this, getting back to having guests. Like it was super fun just sitting around talking with Em, but I think having another guest adds, to the excitement, and I think gives y'all more perspectives because we usually have the freaky, polyamorous, kinky perspective.
Also, I think it sort of lets us fuck around a little bit more because we have other people to also give good advice, so we can kind of goof.
Yeah. We like to goof. This is a goof-friendly space.
You're here to goof.
Good
Yes.
company.
Great.
Good company.
Yes. Okay. Well, what about you, Danielle?
Things I'm looking forward to. We both have a con coming up in March, Galaxy Con Richmond.
All the way in Richmond.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
I've been trying to get out to Richmond.
Yeah, you
It's
should.
nice.
Yeah.
Danielle's
Come
going to be
hang out with us.
cosplay guesting, be hosting. It's going to be a good time.
I think we'll be at PAX at the same time.
Oh man, I know they keep overlapping. I'm gonna find a con that doesn't overlap.
It is a good con, PAX, I would say. We don't want to miss that one.
I have good food recommendations if you're going to be in DC.
Yes, that would be awesome. That's like the highlight, I think, of doing conventions.
Absolutely.
They normally chain us to that building, right? It's the black hole of conventions where every city is a black hole where the con building looks the same. You never leave. You see your hotel room. But the
Everything's a little
highlight-
gray.
Yes, the highlight is finally being able to leave and try local food.
Yeah.
I would say. Yeah,
Oh man.
we'll get the list.
Yeah.
All right. And what
yeah.
about you, Witchy?
Same, I would say. I started hosting in the past year or two at conventions. I used to be a cosplay guest, and they were like, wow, this girl can't shut up. Let's put her on the microphone. And I've really enjoyed it. So that coming up is something that I'm really excited about. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, super fun. Well,
What about you, If?
it's that. I was like my.
Oh,
excitement is
yeah.
that the
You
season
did.
2.
My bad.
We're doing it. We're doing
My bad.
it. Up.
I ignored you completely.
Sounds good.
It's so important. Say it again.
Yes.
Say it twice.
But yeah, before we start, we always make our guests say something nice about themselves because we don't do it enough. So, Danielle, you can start.
Okay, what if Amanda starts?
Okay, Amanda, you start. Even if Amanda starts, it's going to come back to you.
Oh, shoot. Y'all literally told us you were going to ask
Yes.
this
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
And
People have a hard time with it.
it is hard. I think that something that I like about myself is that I love conversations. I can talk to anyone, any strangers. And I hope that I make them feel welcome and have a good time when we leave, and they leave and they're like, she was nice, you know? Like,
Oh, yeah.
So connecting with strangers for me, I think is something easy for me, I would say.
That's awesome.
Charisma stats are a little higher than maybe intelligence and
Christmas
wisdom.
stats, Southern charm.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Southern thing helps. We talked about that the other night.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
It is uncomfortable to say nice things about yourself.
That's why we make you do it.
I will say, I think I've thought about this on the whole car ride here. I think that one thing that I like about myself is that I have a very strong work ethic that I think makes me feel very disciplined.
Yeah.
I think that
I think
I
that
like
is
about myself.
super dope and like powerful to have, because I like to look at myself as like a creative tornado where like it's just like I have lots of ideas I'm doing, but there's really, I need, the person who's gonna wrangle, who's like, all right, Iffy, like this is what we need, here's the deadline. So when I see people with a work ethic where they're like, no, I'm doing this and this is the work I'm getting done, I'm like, whoo, I wish that were me.
Yeah, I love a to-do list.
The thing is, I feel like you do have good work ethic, you just have horrible ADHD.
Yeah.
Because you're like, ooh, I really want to do all these things, and it's not like you're not trying to do them, it's just you get distracted while doing them.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think being multidisciplined, there's just so many different ways to be creative where you're just constantly distracting yourself, where it's like, oh, I want to do a Substack where I want to just do these reviews for fun. Oh, I got to do this script. Oh, wait, need to write more stand-up jokes. Oh, wait, I'm going to write a short. Oh, okay, we're going to do the Commander Party stuff. It's just like, it just keeps going. And, Matt only helps with one of those things. So that's why that is done regularly. Otherwise,
Our off-screen ghost Matt.
Yeah, Ghost Matt.
Our Midwest princess.
I do imagine with like cosplay and stuff too, it is because there are so many different projects within one project. Being super disciplined helps, because you're like, oh, I have like intention of like, I know which things I need to get done in which order.
Oh yeah.
Which I am bad at.
Danielle, we've lived together for 5 years, which is like the gauntlet of how long you could live with someone before killing them. We passed the 3-year mark and we're like, all right, so this is it. But she works so specifically. We have a whiteboard at our house that's like, have you seen Charlie Day with his spider web?
Yeah,
that's what it looks like. She's like, yeah, exactly. So Danielle's organization, her whiteboard is pretty insane, I would say. And then me, I'm like, I'll keep it in my brain. And it'll never get done.
It'll be there probably.
Yeah.
Relatable.
If people think the devil is a liar, myself, every time I'm like, I don't need to write that down.
And then he says that, and I write it down.
I was like, I don't need to write that down. It's so many times. It's so I'm with you. So shout out to you, to the both of you. And we're going to kick this off with an email. So not only do we dive into the internet's mess through Reddit's relationship, it's r/relationship advice, which is the pun in the title of this podcast, that I was like, it seems so smart to me, but I'm like, oh, I don't know if it really is. Anyway, we have a bunch of great listeners, the mess hall. They'll send us their own questions and we'll answer them. And so this first one is...
Damn.
Yeah.
It's so long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what we always say. People always apologize for being long. We're like, no, we need
Give
all
us
the tea,
as much
all of
information
this.
as possible.
We're voice memo people. Give us a little podcast.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna kick it off. Starts off with hi. It's multiple eyes, exclamation point.
Hey.
TLDR, I started seeing someone and I am scared that I am too into them and that my anxiety will ruin it. Big fan of the pod and I appreciate everything you both do. This is so long, I'm sorry, we told you to stop apologizing for that. For some background, I was in a relationship for 3.5 years and I decided to end it pretty soon after ending the relationship. I made a field account, what's up, and with the mindset of going through a little slut phase. Hell yes, we don't slut shame on this pod, we slut praise, like you do. My bio said that I am not looking for a serious relationship at the moment and something vague about being open-minded. I don't even really remember, but the important part being that I said I was likely not looking for. I started talking to a guy, 32 male, and we really hit it off. Went on some dates, and I have been quote-unquote dating each other for just under 2 months. We typically hang out once or twice a week and text a decent amount. Our communication has definitely decreased a little in the past few weeks, but that is honestly just because his work got mad busy. The holidays, and I got super sick for a minute, which is all fine. I will admit that at first, the decrease in communication made me freak out because in the past, this has been a sign that people are about to dump me. But I'm training myself not to view it that way this time because every time I have felt anxious about it, he has done something shortly after that proves that he's still into me. For reference, I had a full-on panic attack. I am actively talking about my abandonment issues in therapy after not hearing from him for a full day, only to have a great time together the next day, at the end of which he gave me a really cute / thoughtful Christmas gift. Also, he recently drove 45 minutes to my house at almost midnight because it was the only time we could have that week to possibly even hang out. I honestly have been so into him and realized that maybe I was wrong and would be willing to be in a relationship again. It is rather soon after a breakup, but I do not plan on rushing into anything. I ran everything by my therapist. My therapist believes I am ready and shouldn't hold myself back if I like someone. I decided to tell the guy I'm seeing, directly copied from text. Thank you. It occurred to me that my field bio says that I wasn't looking for anything in terms of an actual relationship or anything like that. And at the time, I meant it, but honestly, I actually really like you. And this is not me asking to define the relationship or even be exclusive or anything like that. It's obviously still mad early. What I mean is that I like you and wouldn't mind seeing where this goes. Basically, all I'm saying is that the things my bio said are no longer relevant to what I am open to / are boundaries that apply to my current mindset. The conversation went really well, and he said he wanted to have a check-in soon anyway to see how I'm feeling. He said that this is all really good to know and that he is glad I told him. I then asked if he had any specific limitation or things he is not looking for. Here's where my brain started to irrationally spiral. He said that he doesn't feel specifically strongly in any direction, casual dating versus relationship at this point, and that he's just going with the flow of it, which is totally fine in my opinion. However, I can feel the irrational part of my brain start to panic about the lack of direction.
God, that's
and
so real.
start to fear that I will continue to like him more over time and that maybe it won't be reciprocated. He did say that he is worried that his lack of direction could come off as a red flag to me, but he also thinks that it's just mostly just his life got super busy in the last month, which is definitely true. He also said that because life has been changing and chaotic lately, he should take things slowly. I said to him that I completely understand and that it would be absolutely wild for him to know what he would want this early into dating, especially since, all caps, I'm the one who changed the rules literally 5 minutes prior. He did reassure me that he really likes me, thinks I'm a beautiful person, would not be putting in the effort if he didn't see a potential future, and that he has loved getting to know me. We kind of concluded that we both do not want to rush, are essentially in the same place, the only difference being that I am more confident in what I would like to see happen should this keep going as well. We agreed to keep seeing each other, take our time, but both agreed that he should probably know what he wants in a month or two, and that he will be 100%, keep in mind how I feel. Also, that we will continue check-ins, which is so cute to me. So on paper, all this sounds good and healthy. It sounds like we have good communication, and that is a green flag. The truth is, if he asked me to DTR this early, I would likely say I'd need more time anyway. However, this is the rational part of my brain. The irrational part is super into him and a little spooked now because I worry that I am more into him than he is into me, and this will lead to me being let down. So my question is, this is normal, right? This is not a sign that this person isn't that into me. My anxious attachment style feels like it's making a grand entrance and getting in the way of me being excited about the fact that this situation is actually really healthy and good. I honestly would be creeped out if you were more obsessed with me. I don't know. The more I type, the more silly I feel for even having this anxiety. Would love your opinions. P.S. We'll update in 2 months and let you know if we're in a relationship or not if you want. Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Expeditiously.
That was literally what I was going to say. And this was sent December 30th. We are recording this on the 30th of January. We got one more month, baby. TikTok.
Yeah, it's soon.
TikTok, Mr. Wick.
This is all totally normal, and I will say I think that movies and shows and things have taught you that you both have to be the same kind of person and the same amount of invested in whatever, but it's never like that. You could be more into him.
But also I think, it is the like on what metric, right? You're saying that, you feel like you're more into him because of how you feel,
because
which
you changed your boundaries
based on information that you have no way of knowing. You're not a mind reader. You don't know. He could have been like kicking his feet and giggling when he got that text from you. You don't even know.
And OP, he drove 45 minutes to come hang out with you on a day he was busy.
And it's so funny, yeah. Like you were so worried about like this thing you said on field, and if it was in this space. But naturally, there's a progression. It seems this is more than casual already, and so it seems like it's naturally moving in that direction, and you don't have to force it just to get all the reassurance. I think what you can start to do is listening to your rational side of your brain. Everything is green flags here. The communication is already on point. The check-ins is very
Quarterly
on point.
check-ins is great.
Also, you had this conversation with him about changing your boundaries, and he was like, "Yeah, that's cool. We can keep talking about it." And he didn't say, "No, thanks. I'm good."
Yeah, panic.
Which he definitely had the option to do.
Yes. No, it seems like it's going very well. It seems like everyone is doing all the right things. So I think you can just like tell your brain to chill, because also like things change. I know.
Take a beta block. No, I'm just kidding. I don't condone medication.
I think because your rational brain is realizing that you have a pattern of doing this, just remind yourself that it is a pattern that you can actively change.
Yeah.
They seem self-aware.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the first step of is being self-aware. Also, I love that in this, I can completely picture this person that wrote this message.
Yeah.
Like with the
can hear
hi,
Yeah.
sorry it's so long. Like already apologizing. You're
Yeah,
anxious.
you're doing great.
Yeah.
Like I'm loving everything about what's happening here. This is how it goes. But yeah, things can change. I think me and Em, we thought we were just gonna be hooking up. We didn't know it was gonna be a relationship.
Oh yeah, and then like 2 months in, I was like, "Yo, I'm pretty into you. So like, what do you want to do? Because I won't get attached if I'm not supposed to. But I need to talk about it right now."
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm having a pretty good time. So I think that is oddly enough, I feel like, we are afraid to approach dating casually because we're like, well, I need to lock it down so quick. But sometimes casually gives you the freedom, and you're almost even more sure because you're like, I've seen what was out there, and like you always hear the story, right? Where it's like, I knew when I just no longer had interest in seeing the other people and going there. Or like, if you're a polyamorous freak, you're like, I knew like that's the person who I wanted to be my anchor and who I confided in the most and who I, is like, there's so many ways to it. But just because you started off not looking for a relationship doesn't mean that can't change.
Yeah, I think coming out of a long-term 3.5-year relationship too probably adds to the anxiousness.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely know the feeling of like, I feel like I haven't had enough time before. It's like, no, like.
Yeah, when we started dating.
Yeah, I said that.
I actively helped you through a breakup.
Yeah, and I think that's an element too where there are no rules. All the rules in our head are fictional and made up and usually based off either past relationships, societal pressures, or like some type of media. Like if you found it and it's working and it feels good, then you did. You can listen to yourself. You can trust yourself.
Yeah, as long as everyone involved feels good, rock with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, what a cute email.
I know.
It's like, no, you're crushing it, but you don't need our advice. You're doing what you need to do.
We don't need our advice, but we do need your update.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after a great like sweet message from the mess hall.
Let's go to Reddit, baby.
Yeah, we're going to Reddit to see the mess that is out here. That is super super nuts.
Well, I mean, Reddit users are the pinnacle of society.
Yeah.
They say.
Yeah.
They specifically say that.
Yeah, they do.
They specifically let you know.
They gave themselves the medal.
Yes, indeed. Okay. All right. I think that I am going to start with this one, which is 27 female, accidentally had a baby in my friend, 31 female's car. Now her husband.
We just
and
read
she
this one.
Don't
Sorry.
want to speak to me. How do I fix this? I'm very aware this sounds ridiculous, but I'm so tired of worrying about this. I need some outside
Matt
perspective.
fully stopped what he was doing and paid attention.
Okay.
This all happened almost 2 weeks ago now. I was almost 38 weeks pregnant then. My partner left for an afternoon to help out her brother, which we were both fine with. She was only 1.5 hour drive away, and neither of us saw this coming. And my friend Alice offered to come spend the day with me, so I wasn't alone. Honestly, it was really nice to have her there. We just watched the movies and hung out, even though I was so uncomfortable through the day. I didn't consider I might actually be going into labor. I had been feeling discomfort for ages. At some point, we did realize this was the real deal, and I called my wife. We considered waiting until she got back, but things started to get real very fast, and I asked Alice to drive me to the hospital. She was fine with this, I think. We didn't fully make it to the hospital, and I ended up having my daughter in her husband's car. We were both fine, luckily. I had a few complications, which are now okay again. Our baby is beyond perfect, and though my wife is having a hard time with having missed her birth, we have a wonderful tiny human to focus on. Things have been really messed up with Alice and her husband, though, and I don't know how to solve it. 2 days after all that happened, I sent her a message thanking her again for everything she had done and told her, lighthearted but sincere, to please send me the bill for having the car cleaned. She didn't reply for a while, and in the end, just liked the message. I've messaged her a few times since and hasn't replied, and her husband sent me a message saying not to message her and congrats on the baby, but thanks for fucking up his car. I feel so lost. And please don't get me wrong. Of course, my priority is with my little family right now. But does this keep crossing my mind? This is so unlike her. Her husband and I never were the closest. I don't love how he speaks to her sometimes, but still we're friendly.
Can't imagine why.
I don't know how to solve this. Did I just traumatize her so much and need to leave her alone? Do I
Probably.
keep trying? I'm so grateful for all she's done that day. There's an edit. There's edits that, but like, it seems like we can talk about this, then we'll go to the edits.
Hilarious.
To me, off rip, seems like it is less her friend and more the husband's nuts reaction to this.
I completely agree.
And like, because you're saying you already don't like how he talks to her. So
And then you gave birth in his car.
Yeah. This man is probably saying the most unhinged stuff, and my advice is to get in that car and hit him with it.
Yeah. I have a lot of feelings about this.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
first feeling is, what was she supposed to do? You know, it was her first
back in
time.
there.
From the sound of it, it's her first time having a kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
were you like, oh wait, we're in my boyfriend's or husband's car. Can you get out and have it on the interstate?
Yeah.
Like, it happened. Get over it. You know, like, what was she
Yeah.
supposed to? Let me do the world's strongest Kegel. Keep that baby in.
Also, I can't believe
so
the baby
I don't-
came out so fast.
No,
No.
that's what I'm saying. It's, I
Also,
don't know.
like, what kind of seats are we talking here? How
Yeah.
messed up is this car? Like,
Is it sentimental?
Well, he seems dramatic, right? This guy
Yeah.
seems dramatic, and I can just feel him drive. He's like, it smells like baby in here. You know, like,
My
Yeah.
wife's gonna want a baby.
Yeah,
Fuck.
He's like,
Contagious.
like, you clean it, but I still smell the placenta. You know?
Yeah.
I think you should just name the baby the middle name, whatever kind of car.
I think it should be Ford F-150. Yeah. This baby's got a
this
Hemi.
is
No.
Romeo Elantra.
No, I'm sorry, but this is definitely BMW owner behavior. I
Oh, sure.
definitely think
This is my child Z3.
Yeah.
You should tell the husband to get leather seats, stop being cheap, so maybe the
Well, that's
baby,
what- Maybe
the
that's
baby
the problem.
juice.
That's what I think. I think it is leather seats, to which I'm saying
Yeah.
you're doing like two, and like, you know, as someone who had a home birth, like I've seen it, you know, actually,
Hold on. Are you switching?
update just here. Update just
Your
came in.
brain just
There's-
update. You
Firmware update?
There's one thing that does happen with birth that I feel like the husband might be tripping about.
Oh,
Sure.
she shit in the car?
Yes, she
Yeah.
should.
But I mean, that can still be cleaned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
More than the other
offered
stuff, I
to
think.
pay.
Yeah.
Like, she replaced the seats. My also other feeling is that maybe this isn't, there's more to this.
There has to
Maybe
be.
this is not the first issue that they've had.
Oh,
with
definitely
this
not.
phrase.
Like
You know,
the-
it's still crazy.
The TLDR of this conversation is she needs to leave this husband. He's definitely abusive, either emotionally,
Yeah.
probably, like, get the fuck, he's a weirdo. But I really got to get into, I think she shit the car. And I think she shit the car big time. Because, like, you know, I feel like, you know,
This does give me
my
a lot
daughter
of other information.
Yeah, my daughter was born in the morning. So, like, it was just kind of like a little poop. Like, it was like, you know, like, so I'm like, but she's talking about a movie day. You're eating popcorn.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably a whole bunch of snacks. That might have been.
Chipotle before
yeah,
it.
that might have been a turd.
Also, my toxic advice.
Shit in this car again.
Do it.
On the other side.
Very funny. Mine is send them just a gift basket full of a bunch of stuff and also just a gift certificate for auto detailing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, yeah, you're right. Like, I don't know, mess hall. If anyone has shit in your
Literally.
car before, what's that been? Because I even like.
It only costs $100
It's
to
gotta
shit
be
in
a
Uber.
biohazardous clean, which is more expensive, but it sounds like she's willing to pay whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think
To,
it's all
to fix her
biohazard.
fridge.
Yeah.
I think the husband is just kind of a dick.
Oh yeah, like I said, we know this man is
Can
Yeah.
you imagine texting someone who just went through a birth in a vehicle? Thanks for fucking up my car.
No.
Crazy.
It's so funny.
My bad. I should have had an I4 baby.
Like going into and starting her own message thread because she's been texting the wife, and it's like, oh, she's not replying. Like he definitely was like, you can't hang out with her anymore.
Yeah.
She's trying to get us to get divorced and she shit in my car.
Yeah.
Okay, what if it's, I wish we knew what kind of car it was. Because like, what if it's like a Cybertruck?
No.
This is Cybertruck owner behavior.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. I take that back. I apologize
Yeah.
to some BMW owners, but this might be more Cybertruck behavior.
I think that your friend who had a baby, she did her friend a favor. Like,
Yeah.
she showed who that man is.
Let's get some edits now.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, they are a lesbian couple.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So
here's
I was
some
like, oh, they must have been like, no, get rid of these gay women.
Homophobe.
Edit. Thank you all for the replies. This is quite overwhelming, so I hope it's okay to do this here. I'm going to try and reach out to her again, but not through text. Or maybe I can ask one of our mutual friends to meet up with her. I don't know yet, but I'm trying and check in on her in some way. Also, we plan to pay them back since it happened. No worries. Very aware that I messed up their car in a big way. No, you didn't. Thanks for all
also
the replies.
not a
Truly
choice.
got a lot of great advice, insights. I'm going to figure out next step. Edit 2. I've reached out to her and apologized once again for everything I put them through, both the car and trauma-wise, and said once more that I'd really like to pay to fix all this regardless of cost, or if they want, I can try to reach out to some professionals and try and sort everything ourselves. Anything to make it right, as well as asking if they want me to rent them something. Though I think my sincerity in the first message to pay everything was clear, I don't want to take any chances. I will add any other messages I've sent her way was very serious, worried. I never joked about paying. Thank you all for your comments. I feel awful about what I did to their car. No, you shouldn't. This is why Reddit is bad. I'll make it right, as we're planning to, but try and be more proactive about it. It has all been quite overwhelming, but very needed. Thank you for taking the time to reply. I'm going to sleep now. It's been an emotional day. Edit 3. She's deleted, blocked me now. I'm at a loss. I'll continue trying to make this right and reach out someplace to get some estimate, contact insurance. Very serious. Although I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for helping me see how badly we dealt with this. I really need to get
No, what?
I hate Reddit.
That's, you know,
So are the comments saying that she fucked their car up?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't stand
Someone
this.
says, I also had a precipitous labor at 38 weeks and gave birth at home, thankfully in a bathroom, but it's still a lot to clean. It's a lot of liquid. It soaks into everything and a biohazard as well. For cars, I think you should offer to pay for forensic cleaning service, and I expect it to cost a few $1,000s. They may need to do ozone treatment to get rid of the smell or to replace carpets and the seat.
I
Offered to do that.
out of pettiness, I'd start a GoFundMe. Buy them a brand new car.
Brand
and
new
give
car.
me that car. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah, someone was like, as an auto detailer, I will say this is considered a biohazard job and will be very expensive to decontaminate and clean properly. So please be prepared for a fairly significant bill once you find someone capable and willing to take such a job. Congrats, Mama. I hope you're doing good and your friend's okay too. Definitely suspicious like the rest of the folks in here. Yeah, it's like, I'm like, like I can see if this was like I plan to do it, but it's like,
You know what? I love that
like,
they give birth in a fucking car.
to me, like there's like it's proof that you have a bunch of mouth breathers replying that don't understand. Like none of this is controlled. You're having the birth everywhere. So it's been a while since I've done a throwaway reply search to see if we can get more information, but they really shamed this woman.
I know, and like
That's because none of them have ever seen a woman in real
they
life.
just keep saying about how expensive it is. This is a lesbian couple having a kid. They have money. Like they will pay for the car.
That's a double income.
like she already said, I'll pay whatever to get the car fixed. Stop commenting that. It's more about why her friend is acting this way and what to do
because
about
that's
it.
not your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
That is not your friend.
You gotta let that friendship go.
In the best case scenario, what did she expect her friend to do? She's having her, does she hold it against her that she didn't know she was in labor? It sounds like a bad friend. I think she dodged a bullet.
I agree.
In my opinion.
All of it feels crazy.
Yeah.
All of y'all could have a baby in the back of my
I
car,
know.
and I'd be like, name it after me.
Yeah, it's to me it's like there is it's like everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is like okay, car insurance. There's so many steps to where you can try and fix this before any of this is as intense as you trying to blame a new mother.
Also, I feel like most car places, when they find out what happened, is gonna cut you some kind of deal because that's atrocious to happen to somebody. Like it's I feel like it would be embarrassing.
Yeah, but also there's just like a lot of assumption of like how much is like what's happening and how much is happening, where it's like births are different from like mother to mother, because like sometimes it is like a lot, sometimes it's like I said with mine, and there was like a pad there, like the pad wasn't that soaked, like it seems like there's like we're missing the plot here because we're talking about some person who's going through this and like giving they had a medical emergency, and I think that there's a weirdness about that to me, that like what we're looking at is someone had a medical emergency and we've somehow put the well-being of the car over like doing the medical emergency.
Yeah. Shocker, unfortunately.
And it's like, and to me, it's like this person seems like they're willing to pay for it and don't see why they're so mad. And I just like, there are so many things that does this much damage. Like if your friend, like totaled your car because someone cut them off or something, are you seriously going to be like, well, I hope he pays for the car? Hope he pays for the car. It's like, to me, it's like, this is why Reddit's bad, because you have some of the like internet brain rot that forgot like human interaction. And to me, it's like, I would hope like these people would have these conversations in real life so they can be looked at like the animals they are.
Also, just because none of you are fucking so no one's getting anybody pregnant doesn't mean you can't have empathy for this pregnant lady.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just this disconnect from relationships, like friendship, actual friendship relationships, I have had a friend going through something, and it definitely made me angry, and having to set them straight, and then to me it wasn't the product, the material things that were messed up were angering me, but my number one priority is I want to make sure you are better. And I think
and you're better than me, because I was pissed.
Yeah, you were the Reddit commenters. It was, for me, it is just just getting to the heart of this sucks. We can figure this out because this is just a car.
Yeah.
And whatever that costs, and because everyone's like, yeah, well, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to be very expensive.
Shut up.
This, like, I think it's like you said, like, this is a queer couple that just paid for a birth. They can pay for it, dog.
Yeah.
They can pay
Got
for it. I
it.
know it's expensive for you, but what's expensive for you is not expensive for everyone else. I can promise you the price that you think you're going to quote them for this auto detailing, cheaper than it is to make a baby.
Yeah, they
As a
spent
person.
6 times as
Yeah.
much to get
Cheaper
pregnant.
than it. So it's like, how about you like nut up and be like, oh yeah, it just cost this much, and stop trying to be like, well, that's why they're mad. Also, if it's like this, it seems like it's like an expensive car. If you can afford like the BMW or the Cybertruck and all that, you can also afford to detail it. Let's get out of the material bullshit. And the problem here is, one, the way that this person probably talks to his wife, and two, the way that this person thinks he can just DM and be this. Because if I ever heard of like, your friend's husband sending a message like that, I'd be at the house the next day.
Me too,
I'd be-
with the afterbirth.
I would do that as the partner. If I found out my partner sent that message to my friends, I foresee them breaking up, and then like 6 months later, her being like, "Well, I left John,
Well, that's one of the things that
and we're friends now."
I
when
hope
I
you
was
got the
looking
car.
when I was looking through the messages, is like, some people kind of asked about that, and she was like, yeah, but she would never say a bad word about him. I was like, yeah, most people in that situation
Yeah.
Because they
So-
can't.
So
Yeah.
the way they're acting about this car is my favorite thing about people with fashion stuff, because I see a lot of people complaining online about Louboutins because the red is supposed to come off, but people are like, I don't want to wear them because it will come off. I'm like, oh, if you're too afraid to wear it, then you shouldn't have. Then you couldn't
Purpose of
afford it.
buying it.
Well,
So it's the same thing. Like, yeah, some shit happened to your car, but like that shit happens to cars. Not that specifically necessarily, but you have to be ready to have costs.
She was hanging out with her 38-week-old pregnant friend.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like
that also is like, that's also where I'm like, even as your first pregnancy, you should know, like, it can, you're at detonation time.
Yeah.
Like, this is when people don't go certain places because they're like, it's probably gonna happen.
You're like, I can't have this baby.
that's
on fucking
why
Kohl's.
she didn't want to be alone. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Because at any moment she could have a baby.
Yeah.
You
Also,
should've
it
known
would have been less stressful to have it in a fucking Uber.
Yeah.
No.
And that's like, what kind of friendship is that?
I know.
Yeah. It's so funny, because they were at our house and they did the hospital, and it was like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. This to me is like, when I would hear this, was like, oh, you're just not real friends, because
Yeah.
any friend that I know would value like, oh, but the birth, and this would just be a funny story for a lot of
Correct.
friends.
Yeah.
And for this to turn into the thing from this person, and for her to unfortunately come here and deal with these heathens who are somehow valuing a car over a newborn baby, should all rethink it. And I feel bad for anyone who are friends with them, let alone partners.
I don't know anyone in our life who I think would act like that. Even like people with OCD.
Correct.
I was like, oh no, there's no one that we are friends with that would be like, oh, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
If you had a
Matt, I'm
baby
gonna
in
have a
the
baby
back
in your
of our car, my car, I would rename the car the Stork. And that would always be called that. And then I would be like, hell yeah, we saved so much money on hospital bills.
Yeah.
You're going to buy me dinner because now you don't have to pay as much, you know?
Yeah.
And we're taking your car because mine stinks.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our next question.
That's wild.
This one's wild, even from the intro. I, 62 female, have lost a lot of weight, and my daughters, 44 female and 38 female, and granddaughter, 22 female, seem to be angry/resentful towards me because of it. Besides gaining the weight back, how can I fix the relationship?
Buy them all a therapist.
What?
I have two daughters, 44-year-old female and a 38-year-old female, and granddaughter who is, these are the names. Daughter A is a 44 female, and R, 38 female, and granddaughter is H, 22 female. I've known them all their lives. I thought we had a good relationship. Now, I don't know. Is it me, or did I raise mean girls? I've worked really hard the past 2 years and have lost over 110 pounds. I watched what I ate, high protein, low carbs, no
Congratulations.
sugars, low calorie, and a few treats here and there, and lots of walking, workouts. I started playing pickleball last summer. I've been heavy all my life, and 2 years ago, I weighed 305 pounds. Now I'm the smallest I've been since my 20s. My oldest daughter and granddaughter hadn't seen me in person since summer, and at Christmas, they were shocked by my appearance. I lost 40 pounds since July when I added pickleball to my exercise routine. I overheard the girls talking, and it was very hurtful what they said. I wasn't deliberately listening. I was in the bathroom and they were in the hallway. The comments they made me tear up, saying I looked like a deflating balloon, that soon I won't be seen with them. Is that how they felt about me since when I was so much bigger? I have never given unsolicited diet advice. Don't make comments about their weights. They are my girls. I wouldn't say hurtful things to them. I did say I had a bag of clothes, work stuff, business casual I wore on the way down if they wanted to look at before it was donated. I'm just a couple size smaller than two of them and about the size of the third. I have 40 pounds to goal. I didn't push it, just said the stuff is in the father's, my late husband's closet. Granddaughter said she didn't want to wear grandma clothes. Fair enough. I wouldn't want to wear the leggings and the crop tops of 20-somethings. But the way they all looked at each other and snickered is what got me. My granddaughter, 22 female, said I looked more wrinkly now that I've lost weight. And during dinner, when I only took smaller portions, no sweets, my oldest daughter I hadn't seen in a few months said in a kind of snarky way, "Isn't our food good enough for you anymore? Too much fat?"
No.
I responded, I have to be careful to keep losing and keep the weight off. The comments kept coming from all three of them, like, who wants pie? I'm sure you wouldn't want any. You aren't greedy like us. I did have a sliver of the pumpkin pie my granddaughter made, my favorite. And then after dishes, my daughter laughed and said, "Are you going to walk off the 200 calories you ate at dinner or hang around us for a while?" Granddaughter laughed and said, "I doubt it was 200, more like 60. For your information, I had a small slice of ham, my daughter 38 female made, and a bit of prime rib that my daughter 44 female made, a serving of sauteed green beans that I made, not the green bean casserole daughter-in-law 40 female made and seemed irritated I didn't eat it, half of a baked potato, and a small Hawaiian roll. I didn't turn anything down, just didn't choose it from the buffet. I didn't think I would be judged. When everyone left, I had a good cry. I felt like I'd been bullied by a group of mean girls. I had read that people who lose weight aren't treated the same by friends and co-workers, and know I'm treated different at this weight than at 300 by service people and the doctor's office, but I didn't expect it for my girls. My own family. How can I fix this? Do I address it as a group, individually, or ignore and hope it stops?
That's their own fucking problem.
Yeah, I will say I kind of felt this was the thing was going. So before I was a esteemed comedian and internet jester, I used to work for the LA County Register Recorder, and I was working at the desk office, and that's when I started like doing a lot of lifting, and like I lost weight, and like the way so many people would like comment on it, and it was always coming, and luckily even back then, and I think it's because I was like in my 20s, so I was just immediately like, no, it's not my fine ass, and you can tell it's like it is a projection, like them seeing you, like you also have to remember, like you are 62, you're so much older than them, so you losing weight, and having the discipline to do it is making them feel bad about themselves, and that has nothing to do with you. I see this happens to a lot of like body positivity influencers. If they start to lose weight, even though they were body positive, they lose weight, all their like fans turn against them. It's like why you see things where I remember I replied to someone who's like, they were saying that like, you know, the GLP-1s is fat phobic. They're trying to erase.
That's Ozempic.
Yeah, they were like, they're trying to erase fat people. I was like, not at that price. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I'm not on it because I'm like, there's no way. like it's the cook your own food thing. Like when I go out to eat, if we go to a steakhouse, I'll only do the dry age, even though because I like to order something like I can't make myself, and I put myself
because it's a treat.
Yeah, because I put myself to the test when I went, because I used to get Wagyu a lot when I was like in lockdown. I was like, I want to make the best steak. I want to get good at making steak. And then I went to a steakhouse, and it was from the same farm that I get it. And I ordered it, and I had it, and I was like, this tastes like just when I make it. Tight, so I'm only gonna get cuts. And
Yeah, because the product is good, so you know that it's just this just tastes good.
But also was good for me to know, like, damn, I'm chef.
I'm a chef.
Low key. You know, it is the same way for me, where it's like I'm not gonna get on exhibit if it costs that much, because I've done this rodeo before. Like I can get there, but also, you know, if people need it, if that is the extra push, there's nothing wrong with it too, because you know, we all are just trying to get in. But, you know, with that, you know, you just see so many people just get mad, and like, it is so interesting seeing online how like there are just people within the body positivity movement that view like, if you are doing anything to change your weight and your size, then you hate fat people. And that's just a flat out lie. You deserve to look however you want. Correct. You can want to get shredded just because you want to be smaller, and that doesn't mean anything about it, as long as you're not saying gross things about fat people. If you're not making fat phobic comments while you're doing it, you can be someone who's like, I want to lose 100, 200 pounds. That's totally fine. Body positivity, it's all about having the body you want. Mm-hmm. It should not be limited to just larger bodies, you know? Mm-hmm. And the reason I think it's a very hard thing is because, you know, people see someone who's like, yo, I'm gonna just, you know, do it. And
just lock in and do this.
And then they project, and they're just like, oh, you think you're better than me. Mm-hmm. And
it's like, no, you think I'm better than you. That's the problem.
Yeah, deep down.
And at the end of the day, no, you're not. Plus, there's just so many reasons you can be fat that's beside like you eating a lot. Sometimes it is just like, you know, just down to the DNA and the you know, so many disorders. But all that is to say that it is when you are in kinship with other large bodies and you make that choice to be smaller, everyone just immediately is like, well, why'd you do that? Why are you doing that? Yeah. And I think that happens in like so many ways. Like, I don't even think it's with losing weight. I think it's like different. Like if someone wants to get a boob job, or if someone, you know, wants to get a BBL, or someone, any type of like body modification or changing of your body will make people think, well, why are you saying I need it? And I was like, no, I'm saying I want this.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
I will say something my mom told me and my brother is like, kids, every time, because my mom's family, there's a ton of aunts and uncles. There's like, my mom has 9 brothers and sisters. So there's just a lot of people. She was like, when you are at Thanksgiving, eat however much or as little as you want. You also do not get to comment on how much or how little anyone else is eating. Mm-hmm. Like, that is not a thing we do. We do not do that. Everyone is different. Mind your own business. Yeah. Which I think is really good, because I think, you know, obviously, like if there's a problem like eating disorder wise, like somebody will have to bring that up, not in front of everybody, but you'll figure that out later. But it's like, nope, keep it to yourself, mind your own business.
Yeah.
Move on.
I don't come from a family who ever does that. So it's weird to me that their family feels comfortable enough to do that.
Yeah.
Like, my parents would never be like, you're eating a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Shut up. Like,
I come from a New York Italian family,
Yeah.
so respect is
That's like,
very
you gotta eat.
Yeah.
I am feeding you.
Exactly, but that's like something that's disrespectful to say.
Yeah.
it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially to grandma. Like, I can't even imagine like going
Grandma
in.
made all
like
these
that.
pastas
Grandma
for the
made
past
you.
4 days.
Show some respect.
I know it's very like wild to just see this because my mom's side's all Southern, larger women, and even like when I lose weight, they're like hell yeah, and then when I gain it back, they're like all right, but
Yeah.
there's no common like it's only to celebrate. I've never seen any one of them get mad at anyone getting bigger or smaller, and to see this, it seems like so wild, but. I do you're asking in this, how can I fix a relationship? And I think there's sometimes you have to understand some relationships aren't for you to fix. What you can do is say how their comments were hurtful and how they made you feel and how you don't expect them to do anything you're doing, but you don't need to be dealing with that. And go from
And they
there.
are being mean girls.
And it sounds like she's older, she's more active, she's playing pickleball. My aunt went through the same thing. She got into CrossFit.
Yeah.
And she
Damn.
was very
That's
sedentary,
impressive.
and now she's very active and teaches at a CrossFit gym. And it's like, we were also happy for her.
Yeah.
Because it like helps. She had really bad arthritis, and now it isn't affecting her.
Yeah,
So it's like, I would be happy if my grandma did that, if she was feeling better.
Yeah, it helps,
Yeah.
and it also helps you keep a person that you love around. for longer.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what her body looks like, but the fact that she's going out and being active is great.
Yeah.
And why are you making her feel bad for that?
Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah,
She
and-
said she felt bullied, and that's because she was bullied.
Yes, absolutely. And they did it in a place where they knew she could hear her, for sure.
Yes.
I mean, it is it's them talking bad about themselves, like we were saying. It's a reflection of themselves. But
Well, I realized I was thinking about my mom saying that, and I was like, yeah, why did she say that? Because I don't ever remember anyone like making comments like that. And then I remembered, oh, my dad used to grab us like this.
Ugh.
And I was like, oh, she was telling us that because my dad was an asshole.
yeah.
What?
Sorry, I deep dive because this wasn't a throwaway account, and I'm in love with Grandma. I want to send her a message. She sent pictures of her she's posted her outfits, and she's so confident.
They bullied that woman?
Yes.
Give me their address.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
we'll
then-
bully them.
and like one of her posts, she posted to widowers, and it's titled "I Just Want to Be Held." I'm like, I will protect you. I will protect
Oh yeah, because she said her late husband.
Yes.
Oh, also she
And
got
she's also-
active to make friends and stuff. Like, no, fight your daughters.
Yeah.
I love
They can't run faster than
Also,
you.
she's posting in the dating over 60 subreddit too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Pickleball, I love her.
I went on a date with a man, male 63, who says he's a sapiosexual. Is that really a thing? No, run. Like, I'm just like, Grandma!
Run.
Grandma!
I love that she's just on Reddit living her best life.
Oh
Making
my gosh.
connections with the people.
Yes, I care so much about you, Grandma. Grandma, I want to taste your green beans. Like we support you over here. But yeah, like, naturally it is a thing that is a projection. And with that projection, I think comes just like the snarkiness. And really, you just need to look at it as like, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with how they feel about yourself. Yeah. You killed it. And they're looking at you lose all this weight, and then they're talking about grandma clothes, and I'm looking at these outfits. Some of these outfits your granddaughter could be.
22-year-old, I get.
Yeah,
because even if it is cool, you won't think it's cool until way later.
Yeah. I'm seeing those sequins. I'm like, hold on, Grandma.
Yeah.
Where you going?
Hurt on Grandma.
It reminds me.
Look at that smile.
It reminds me of that. We watched a TikTok that was all this whole family, like at their Nana's house for Christmas, and they would one by one leave the room, and they'd all put on something of hers, like to wear, and then go back to the table, and they all just start laughing because she doesn't notice, and then she notices and just starts laughing so hard, and I'm like, oh yeah, because they all just love her, and we're doing something stupid, and I'm like, oh, this is the opposite of this family.
I think go ahead. State that it hurts you, and because that's something they need to work on. And I think too, what does kind of help in those like bully situations is letting them know they're hurting you. When you laugh it off, it allows them to make it feel like, we're just joking.
We're just a spotlight on them.
Yeah. Sometimes just a like firm delivered, that's very hurtful. is enough to shut down, tomfoolery.
I was gonna say debauchery, but tomfoolery is what I meant.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. So we're gonna pop up through the next one. Oh man, there's
I
two.
cannot believe you said the baby one.
Yeah.
We looked at one, and that was the
That's
one.
as I
that we
opened it
looked
this
at.
morning. I'm like, this is nuts. I gotta put this one in here.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. All right. We're gonna go with y'all do some streaming stuff. I stream. I think we're always hearing about steak. We're always hearing about the gambling that people are doing. So I think this is perfect. 34 female and 32 male fiance gambled away our wedding fund after 4 years together.
Oh shit.
I, 34 female, have been with my fiance.
Doesn't want to get married.
32 male,
Terrible.
for almost 4 years. He proposed last year and we were in the process of planning our future together. Recently, I found out that he took almost $7,000 out of our joint wedding fund without telling me. He later admitted that he used the money to online gamble and was trying to get himself out of a financial hole. This has never been an issue in our relationship before, and I truly have no idea he had a gambling problem. I feel completely blindsided and betrayed. It's not just about the money, it's the secrecy, the broken trust, and the realization that this is happening behind my back. To make things more complicated, there's a 10-year-old involved. He's not our child, but he is my family member and I'm his legal guardian. My fiance
Okay, that's your child.
Yeah.
My fiance has been a major father figure in his life. When I kicked my fiance out, the child was devastated. He already struggles with abandonment issues, and I can see how deeply this has affected him too. That part breaks my heart the most. My fiance has shown a lot of remorse. He apologized, says he hit rock bottom, and told me he plans to attend Gamblers Anonymous. I could see how low he was, and it hurt to see someone I love in that state. At the same time, I don't know how to reconcile what he did or how to protect myself and the child moving forward. I make a decent amount of money, and now I'm terrified at the thought of sharing finances when we're married.
Yes.
I'm so torn. I love him, but I'm terrified of what this means long term. Has anyone been through something similar, especially with addiction and trust issues? How did you handle it? Is recovery realistic in situations like this? Any advice or perspective would really help. I feel so lost right now.
Break up with him.
I mean, it seems like she already did.
Because
and she's
regardless of any good father figure that you're doing, he still is a gambling addict.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, look, to go from the question of trying to work this out, you need to be sure he's going to Gamblers Anonymous. And
means it.
And you cannot let him have any access to your funds anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's the simple part.
Separate shit forever.
It's like you do not have access because, there's a series of episodes from The Sopranos I can send you that will totally kind of show you how deep. Yeah, you gotta watch The Sopranos, baby. But yeah, no, it really is. And, I think the most dangerous thing of hearing somebody say, I've hit rock bottom is like, did you? Because I feel like all addicts know that every partner is supposed to hit rock bottom. Mm-hmm. So like that is always the attempt at a fake out by being like, I've hit rock bottom. No. I'm at the point where I get better.
Well,
there's always another rock bottom.
Yeah. He didn't come clean. She caught him.
Yes.
And I used to work before I did cosplay full time. I worked at a rehab center.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an expert.
Yeah. For a lot of years, I was their social media director.
Yeah.
And the thing that was by far the way that people got better as an addict was if they wanted to go or not. It was like the single most, it increased the percentage by a crazy amount. So if he got caught and he didn't want to fix it himself.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I have to tell you this thing before we get married. I feel really bad I didn't tell you first.
Exactly.
He also dipped into joint funds to fix another problem.
That's
the debt problem, which is another issue that a lot of people are going through right now, sure. But the fact that he didn't come to her about it and be like, listen, I have debt. I don't know how to pay it off. Let's make a game plan. Will you help me? We're getting together. He just took the money.
That's also what's scary about gambling too, because because it's like, is this like, oops, I gambled this money, or oops, there's some men in tracksuits who's going to be showing up at our house.
Yeah.
Like when you are doing that, like you don't need to watch your husband get uncut gemmed to really to really realize, oops, I should have did. I think you stand your ground, and I think you can put a boundary. It seems like you still love, and this is like someone who is dealing with, the disease of addiction, right? And so it's like the best thing you can do to help him is to still keep that separation and then do the check-ins, as someone who's like dealt with, people who have dealt with that, it's always like, okay, cool. In 3 months we can meet, and when you're clean, you can let me know. Please keep me to tabs on the gamblings and anonymous. But honestly, you can do 3 months and then stay away, because 9 times out of 10, going through Gamblers Anonymous, they're gonna have to hit you up anyway to apologize. So it's like, if you don't get an apology in 3 months, you're like, okay, cool. What step are you at?
Yeah, I think also, especially because there's a child, like, you can't have this person keep coming in and out depending on what's going on. And also, like, again, you don't want, like, now it's online, but if he doesn't online gamble anymore, there are ways to do that in real life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then men with tracksuits will come to your house, and then that child's gonna see this man get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. If for some reason she wanted to work it out with him, I don't know if I could, if someone did that behind my back. I personally probably would cut my losses.
Yeah,
But
because it's like, especially because that's like your wedding funds.
Yeah, it shows
like,
how much they want to get married.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like, $7K, which would have definitely been enough for a table.
One flower arrangement.
But like, yeah, it's like, that is it. I think you can, if you want to, you're 4 years in, you want to work it out. I think you can try and have a conversation with him and ask him to come clean. Like, how long has this been going on? Yeah. Usually that's a very, good barometer. And I think if you can try and reach out to people in his family that might know, like if he has like a brother he's like really cool with, because always the number one thing to kind of see where you're at is to have that conversation one-on-one separate with him, and then speak to somebody who knows more of the truth to find out how much information he's giving you. And if he's being like straight up, it's like, cool, well then here are these boundaries. I don't think there's a world in which you, 1, ever just randomly get back with him. 2, I think you should just keep your funds separate. I think people have this like idea that like, once we're married, we have to smush our funds. No, you can keep them separate. You can have a joint house account so that you can, pay rent or mortgage and have that all together. But I don't think, especially if someone has this, it's the same thing as like if he had an alcohol problem, you wouldn't have alcohol in the home. I think in the same way, you should keep your finances separate. So if he does relapse, which is possible with addiction, you at least can keep the 10-year-old you're taking care of and the 10-year-old's college funds and whatever, you can keep that safe.
Also, it seems like she has the high-paying job. Not that they might both not, but she was like, a lot of this is my money. If you're going to get married to him, absolutely get a prenup.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was like, because this man feels like with any addiction, if you have to cut your losses and run, if you don't want to get better, you will.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's hard when trust is broken to do much else.
Yeah, but it's kind of the thing we talk about this on the pod, a lot, because a lot of people do go like, well, he cheated, but I want to give him another chance and all this. And I was like, okay, but if you do that, you do have to then prove to move forward. I think
commit to moving forward.
I think a lot of people are like, okay, I'm gonna get back with it, you cheated, and now this is like my trump card, and I'm gonna reference it anytime I feel like, and it feels bad to be on like seeing the cheater deal with that, and you see like this person is trying their best, and they do feel remorseful. It seemingly was a mistake, a misjudgment, and now like they feel like they're in this weird purgatory because it is just held over their head, and and they're just like, well, you shouldn't have broke the trust. It's like, yeah, but when you've chosen to continue the relationship or to get back together, then you have chosen to let that go. And if you haven't, then you then become the person in the wrong. Because I get it. It is hard to trust someone after your trust is broken. But if you're choosing to get back with that person, that is something you are taking on.
Especially because if you're not letting go of it, the other person also can't move on from it.
Yeah.
Correct.
And you can be like, well, you just need to earn my trust. It's like, cool, yeah, but you need to let yourself be capable of trusting.
Yeah.
Like, you can't ask someone to earn your trust and then still be like, but you cheated, because, and I think it's the same thing where it's like, if you do, I still think do not, once again, does not get access to the funds. And I think that is just out of just, kind of
Safety.
navigating, being with someone with addiction. But I think you also don't get to be like, a complete watchdog. I think you can do check-ins. I think you can, have firm boundaries. I think you can do things like that. But that doesn't mean that like you get to use this as the thing to control them, which it often turns into, because a lot of times when our trust is broken, we feel out of control. So our natural reaction is to try and gain as much control as possible.
Yeah, I agree. It's like you said, similar to cheating, where it's like I think there's a period of time where you are able to kind of just have that anxiety and you're working through it. But if you constantly hold it over their head, you're doing a disservice in the relationship.
Yeah.
And it's just not a good time for anyone involved. So I think they have to look internally and be like, is this something I can handle for the rest of our lives? And to work on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I could stay in that relationship though.
Yeah.
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 That's
I
tough.
agree.
I
I think for the kid part, I'm like, no, I'm gonna.
It's too scary.
Yeah, that, and I think, just like setting your wedding fund back too, like you're just like, oof.
Yeah, $7,000 is a lot, and it could have been way more.
Exactly. All right. Well, on that note, we're gonna get out of here. Is there anything y'all want to promote before we close up the shop?
Interesting.
Dress Down.
I also have a podcast, a cosplay podcast called Dress Down. And I have a couple of indie video games coming out that I voice act in.
Oh, hell yeah, congrats.
Plug those.
Yeah. I'm mainly just doing the hosting stuff. So if you find yourself in Richmond on March 18th through the 22nd,
Yes.
which is my birthday, you should come to GalaxyCon Richmond. It'll be a fun time.
Bring birthday presents.
Yeah. Thank you guys for having us.
Oh, man, of course.
Yeah.
Are you, Pisces as well? Is that what that is?
I'm an Aries.
Boo.
First day of Aries.
Oh, no,
yeah, but
maybe
Pisces are cool.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the signs. I just like being on a team.
I'm the first day of Aries, which means I'm a little bit Pisces, which means I get mad, but when I get mad, I cry.
Oh.
So,
Ooh, I'm Taurus, Cancer, so
nice.
real mean and aggressive, and will be crying at the same time.
Nice.
I'm a Libra.
Ooh, okay.
Very
Wasn't Mitch
agreeable.
Libra?
Yeah.
Yeah, two Libra. All right. Hell yeah.
Just want everyone to have a good time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that feels like the vibe for both Libras.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you next time.
Let your friend have a baby in her car.
Yeah, for fun.